What is this? This is me attempting to take a commander deck that I love and play it in Pioneer. So for those of you unaware, I play Niv Mizzet exclusively in Commander. I basically have a bunch of decks that all use Niv as the commander and cycle them around. And one of my absolute favourite ones is all split cards. It is a deck that just literally runs every kind of split card possible that's two colours and just uses Niv Mizzet. It is my bracket 1 deck, if I'm honest. It is interactive as heck, but overcosted interaction doesn't do much. So what I thought was, well, could we take that premise and work it into a Niv Mizzet Bring to Light deck in Pioneer? In theory, and the beautiful thing about theories is they're so often wrong, we could, because in theory what this deck wants to do is cast cheap interaction early game, reload with a Niv Mizzet, and then late game have options of game-ending big 6-mana spells. Honestly, that sounds possible, but it's not, if I'm honest. It's a rough deck. So, the deck tech here is, well, it is impossible to do, if I'm honest. It's basically every kind of split card with Niv Mizzet, Bring to Light, Ancient Cornucopia for life gain, Aurelia, the undefeated Slick Shot here, for a very fun interaction that we'll go over in targets, a sideboard of Deafening Silence for Phoenix, Leyline of the Void for Greasefang, Sanctity for burn matchups, and Fatal Push for early aggro. But we're going to try and run as little sideboard as possible. We basically are just going to run a bunch of split cards and see what we can come up with. So, let's run through our targets. Nice and easy. Target 1 and target 2 is standard as always. Win a game, win a match. What I mean by this is we have to play to win. We can't just stall out to try and hit our other targets. So, target 3 is going to be using Lelia, the undefeated Slick Shot, with a split card. Now, for those of you unaware, Lelia's ability, she is a free mana free with prowess, and whenever we cast a multicolored instant or sorcery spell from our hand, we exile it and it gains plot. Well, it basically becomes plotted. For those of you who don't remember from Thunder Junction, plotted basically means you can cast a spell on a future turn for 0. The way this works with split cards and is a very fun interaction. So if Lelia is out and we, for example, cast Flower, which is a hybrid Orzhov, a hybrid Selesnya, get a basic forest or plains and put it in our hand, the card becomes plotted and we can cast either side again for its 0 cost. So in theory we can Flower, next turn Flourish. So that's target 3. We need to plot a multicolored spell. Target 4 is a bit more complex. We are going to hit all 3 of our types of split cards. So we have Aftermath cards, like Cut to Ribbons, where you can cast the front half, which is cut, and then you have to cast from the graveyard the Ribbons effect. Next we have Far and Away, which is one of our Fuse cards. So when you flip these cards with a Niv Mizzet, it counts Far and Away together and they become a Dimir card. When you cast it, you can cast Far or Away, but this is one of the special split cards where you can cast both sides if you pay both costs. So for free generic blue-black, we can cast both Far and Away. And finally, we have the regular split cards, which are the ones from the most recent Ravnica set, Ignoring Murders, where we can cast either side. Basically, we have a small cast and a big cast. But we want to cast all 3 spells over the course of these 3 games to see what we can do. And our final target is I want to cast my favourite spell, and we can cast it full cost, plotted or whatever, and that is Revenge. For those of you unaware, Revenge is 4 black and a white to double our life total and half an opponent's. It's really fun in Commander, not as relevant in a 20 life format, but it is a really good thing. So that's it. We are going to cast some split spells. We're going to see if the concept of this Commander deck works in Pioneer. Spoiler alert, I don't think it will, but we're going to have a laugh and see if we can hit all 5 targets. Okay, split cards in Pioneer. Let's see how this one runs. So, ooh, that was a rough open. And again, Mulliganing's Tard. I think that the mana cost of this deck really messed with the Arena Shuffler. Like, I don't think it understood how to give us a good opening hand. Alright, we're going to have to go down to 5 and pray. So Niv's going to have to go, and I think we get rid of Bedeck Bedazzled, and we just count on Depose having a draw effect. Okay, it's Soldiers. This could be a little rough. So let's Immediately use Discovery, so that's our first split card cast, and see what we find. We hit a land. We desperately do need green, though, for this Ancient Cornucopia, because we are missing both green and black. Second Recruitment Officer. We're down to 16. Alright. I think it's a case of passing here. We could struggle something if we get a scary one. Dauntless Bodyguard. They're going to protect one of the recruitments. Okay. Depose to tap one, so we take less damage and draw a card. Revival Revenge is not what we want to see here. Okay, Overgrown Tomb's good. Let's play the Ancient Cornucopia here. We are going to have to take a big pump here. A big hit here. Mutavault's coming down. They hit us for 8. We are down to 4 life. Play land tapped. Okay, Bring to Light here. I think we gotta grab Niv, go for the reload, and gain 5 life here and use the Ancient Cornucopia to stay alive. Yep, I think that's gonna have to be our best option. Okay. Niv, gain 5 life, go up to 9. The reason I know this is safe is because the only way this isn't... Oh my god, we only hit Lelia and the Bring... Okay, that's fine. So, let's see. We need... If they have 1 mana... If they have a way to kill Niv and animate both Mutavaults here, we are dead. So they need a 1 mana kill Niv. They could have Erode. We've got to play around this now and be aware of that. I'm surprised these aggro decks aren't running Erode. It feels like a card they would want. They don't care if they give us more mana if we're just dead on the next attack. Alright, they definitely have something because they're thinking about it. Okay. My guess is they're trying to figure out the best way to do as much damage as possible here. Yeah, there's Brutal Kafar. So they didn't have enough to do that, and... Okay, we're down to 3. So we need to cast Lelia, gain 2 life from this, and then we could response or struggle, depending on what we need, and gain a card back from Niv. We could get Niv back with the reload here. So if they full swing out here, we use the spell to kill 1, then we... Okay. Alright. Thalia. Okay. Right. Let's see if they swing in with the Brutal Kafar. They don't. Interesting. Alright, so I think we're going to have to... Let's use the response here to attack the Dauntless Bodyguard, because we can gain the 2 life from the Ancient Cornucopia. Force them to pop it now, so there's no protection. Gain 2 life. Now we can block the unprotected Recruitment Officer and stay technically net lethal on 5. I am concerned though because they have 3 mana up, so what are they trying to cast here? Oh, there's a Luminarch Aspirant. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to struggle here, kill the Brutal Kafar to get back Niv for a blocker. Why didn't Lelia plot that? Oh, we got to reload. Okay, we'll take Integrity because it can gain us life. We'll take Integrity because it can gain us life. Alright, pass back. Yeah, why wasn't response... Oh, response didn't resolve because they sacked the... Yeah, I'm a fool. Ignore me. So as you're unaware, if a spell's target isn't there when it goes to resolve, the spell doesn't resolve. What confused me was because Lelia's trigger of prowess went off, and the Ancient Cornucopia's life gain trigger went off, but we didn't have the other one. Okay, they're going to brave the elements here to gain protection from red. They're going to put a 1/1 counter on Thalia. They really should have animated the Mutavaults here. I really think they threw that apart. So, we will cast, and this actually gives us the plot trigger. And we have the Aftermath Throne. So we're going down to 2 here because we gain life from casting the spell. Now, we can use... I'm trying to see what our best option is here. I could Revenge, but Revenge only gives us 2 life. So, best option here is Deploy. Lelia will then gain us 2 life from the Ancient Cornucopia. And give us 2 creatures, gain us 4 life. Then we can Invention, kill Thalia. Alright, they're going to activate... Okay. Excuse me. We'll get in with Lelia here, just to put some pressure on. So now they're going to go for the Mutavault Lieutenant trick. So you animate both Mutavaults, hit them with the Thalia's Lieutenant. They put a 3rd one here. We have enough blockers, right? They concede, knowing that we've gone a little bit over the top here. Fatal Pushes come in. I think we bring out down and... Oh, God, sideboarding for this one is so hard. All of our spells are great and terrible, if I'm honest. We're going to run it back like this. Okay. Let's see what they have. So we have run the first game. We've cast a plot card, an Aftermath, and a Split. We did not cast a Fuse card. Alright. Assure goes away here. There's a Recruitment Officer. I'm going to immediately kill it because the rule when you play against tribal decks or tribal synergies is you must always put as much pressure as possible on them. And what I mean by that is take out every creature you see. There's a Thalia, so play a land tapped. Adeline. We're down to 15 now. Play a tap land. Let's move back here. Thalia is brutal against our deck because a lot of our deck is really badly costed. In fact, I think we're even dead here. Yeah, because we can't cast a removal spell. We could cast 1 removal spell here. Kill the Adeline. Yeah, I think we might have to, but then I still think we die. Yep. And they clearly had, I think, Brave the Elements, so... Okay, run it back. Little rough there. I probably put too much stock in the Fatal Push. Alright. Oh, Find Finality is great here. So, we definitely need... Yeah. Let's Flower. Shock in and cast Flower. Grab another green here. Could have grabbed white, but I think that's a bit... oh, there's a Cornucopia. I'm going to pass back here and I'm going to wait to see if they cast a Thalia. Alright, we're going to take 2. There's the land. There's Thalia. We'll let that go here. And we'll pass back. We'll hold this Fatal Push for Thalia. There's the Adeline. So let's kill Thalia while they're tapped out. Opponent swings in. Hits us for free. Play a land, play the Ancient Cornucopia, and we can hold up the Warrant to put a creature on top of the deck. There could activate the Recruitment Officer to find more creatures. There's a Luminarch Aspirant. Okay, if they put that on Adeline, we're in trouble. Dauntless Bodyguard protects Adeline. Hopeful Initiate's on. They put it on the 1/1. To spread out the damage. Okay, not bad. I'm going to put the count... I'm going to put the... So I'm targeting the token here and taking the 6 of Adeline because they're down to 1 card. And a straight up Finality here puts us on 8 life and kills everything because it even gets around their protection for Indestructible. So, Finality... They sack the Dauntless. It's not going to make a difference. Everything dies. Right, they have 1 card left. They play Zac Fair. Okay, let's play a land tapped, and let's use Invention here. intervention, sorry. So we can gain 5 life potentially. Opponent passes back, finds a Copper Coat Vanguard. We top deck a Fatal Push, so we'll use that immediately. Keep gaining life. We're back up to 14. Jetmir's Garden I'm going to hold for a cycle here. We definitely need to find a Bring to Light or something to close out this game. Well, we're finding a lot of lands, so very much appreciated game. Cathar Commando, that can actually take out the Ancient Cornucopia, which is rough. Banded Air Temple is going to pump it up to 4. Yep. Bring to Light, perfect. Okay, let's auto pay this for 5 mana. Not gain the life from here. Let's cast Niv and go for the reload. Gain 5 life. Very good. Alright, not terrible, not great. So let's play Lelia here because she's like the difference maker. Play our land tapped. And we actually have lethal here because we can Resurgence, gain a double combat here. And the opponent sees it and concedes. Good opening start. Second run with split cards here. Let's see how things fare. We have closed out a lot of our actual targets here. We did not get to cast Revenge, and we still need to cast a Fuse card, but it seems pretty solid. This hand actually is pretty good. We have early interaction that leads into late game. We just need a closer, so this is probably the reason why the deck is good in Commander, is that the closer is our Niv, which is always in the, oh, it's Hammer. That could be rough against us. Alright, so I'm going to get Flower online here and just thin out the deck. Grab another land. We still need red. Red mana would definitely help us out here. Okay, there's a fighter class, which is going to let them search. Probably for a hammer, I guess. I feel like this is hammer time. Their name is Wolfie Hammer, so it must... Helm of the... Oh, is this some kind of combo brew? I'm very intrigued now. Let's see what they come up with. Third land. I will say this is at 1.5 times speed, so our opponent is thinking hard. This definitely leads me to think that it's a combo deck of some sorts. Now, one of the reasons I say that is, okay, there's something that reduces the activation cost of equipment. I'm going to just kill that while we can, I think. Or should I just... No, I'm going to kill it, because here's the problem I see. It could have a flash equipment that could give it power and toughness that will put it out of the range of Bedeck. So we'll use that now. You know what? We got another flower. Let's use that to get the green. So we're still missing red, which would... Red would feel nice right about now. Alright, opponent is up to 4 mana, as is us. The way I say that I feel this is some kind of fringe combo deck is the fact that it could still be hammer time, but they're playing very defensively. They see that we have blue mana up, so they're not rushing stuff onto the board. Okay, they're reducing the cost of equipment by a lot. So what are they trying to do? I could bring to light here, but I don't have 5 colors. In fact, I think I will. I think if I grab Lelia here, she'll actually just give me something to do with some of the spells from later. I guess we just got to see if they have any interaction. And if they want to erode it, I love it, because I really need a red mana right about now. Although our shields are down, so they might just go for their combo kill. No, Rip Apart. Respect for playing that. Okay, are they just going to run out to the combo now? War, play, hold, whip. Another thing that reduces the equipment cost of stuff. There's another bring to light, so yeah, I'm going to just bring to light again, grab another Lelia here. This one's on me though, because I forget that fighter class is third. Fighter classes level 3 is very rough, because it actually makes creatures block. which sucks because that means Aurelia will die. Probably should have made Warden and got the big token. Alright, they move into combat, attacking with double strike, and now she must block, so we'll block. We lose her, but we kill the token. That's far and away, which is pretty fun. Might just make some Fopters here, I guess, because I'm not drawing the closer, which is really rough in this situation. Alright, there's... Okay, Kroll Forge Master. Great. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to force him to sack here, and this is me using the fuse cards. That's everything but Revenge has been casted. We didn't fully... We could have fully casted, I guess. I'm just going to tap down Abrid, and it draws us a card. The Bedeck Bedazzle. Still no red mana. So let's attempt to just kill him with the Bedeck here. He dies, we pass back. I feel like this one is yours to win, my friend. You must simply just commit something. Okay, Jaden Gore, First Watch, okay. A hasty trampler that pumps stuff up and draws some cards. Helm of the Host to equip onto that. Okay, they swing in for 2. You know what? I'm going to cast it to put the token on top of the thing just to get rid of it. Probably should have held that for the 4/4. But I was just desperately just trying to find something. And no red mana again. At this point I concede out of... yeah, you see me jiggling the cards like, are you serious? And now I go and check my lands. You see me just scroll down and be like, okay, yeah, there are red lands in this deck. What is happening? I know it's a variance of Magic, but I think because you're playing on the Arena client, it does feel like the Arena client just sometimes goes, no, you don't get to play. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this hand because it has red mana. Like, I'm looking at it like, oh my god, this is a red mana. I can cast a spell. So we got Depose, Deploy, Struggle to Survive. This should give us some options. We just got to see what happens. They have an equipment, so that's far and away. So I'm just going to keep playing tap lands here. Ironically, I need blue mana now. Let's see what their follow-up on 2 is. I'm still thinking there must be some super French combo. Okay, Jordan Dewak. Shock, and I'm going to use Struggle here to do 3 damage to kill it. I'm going to hold it far and away because I might be able to double cast that. By double cast I mean fuse. Okay, let's play a land tapped. Hold up potentially either a Depose, Deploy or a Struggle or far and away, sorry. Up to 4 mana. What are they going for? There's a fighter class again. Let's see if they tutor the Helm again. They do, so wonder what this is. It feels combo-y. They haven't done anything, so we'll use the cycle land trigger in the end step to draw a card. Finding all of the cycle lands we didn't get last game. Alright, so let's shock in. This way we can hold up far and away and a deploy if we need to, as well as a cycle into potentially another spell. The great thing about this is our opponent thinks that we have a ton of interaction, probably, which we do, but none of it actually truly helps. Our opponent is basically sitting back and trusting us to just not do anything. Okay, I'm going to deploy here just to get some kind of a clock on the battlefield. Down and dirty, that's pretty good. Play a tap land here, go for combat, swing in for 2. Literally just to get some damage done, since this deck doesn't want to give us our Bring to Lights in this game. Down and dirty is actually pretty decent. Discard 2 and return a card. Oh, they're just casting Helm of the Host. That's interesting. I'm going to assume that's going to get equipped to something scary towards the end. Let's cycle the Sparta Headquarters. Finds us a basic, so play the basic, play the Ancient Cornucopia, I guess. And move to combat and hit him for 2. Down to 15, pass back. Call the Forge Master, okay. They equip. In response, we'll use these away here to make them sack it. We're finding all of the lands. Okay. I'm gonna fuse. I could fuse Down and Dirty. I could just cast Dirty and get back far and away to just answer anything they might have. I'm gonna use the Ancient Cornucopia here, gaining the life, and swing in for 2. And again, just try to draw something. Alright, Bladehold Whip. Right, getting a card. Everything's now super cheap to equip. They go to equip. I'm going to start with a cycle, finding another land. So now I'm just going to bounce the token, gain a life. We get Lelia when we literally have no spells to cast anymore. Alright, pass it back. Alright, Lelia. Top deck us an amazing spell to plot to give us a shot. There's Abrid. There's a thing to make a copy of him. There's a Shadow Spear, so they're going to make 2 1/1s at the end of turn here, then going to make 3 1/1s. Oh, they're hasty as well. Yeah. What are they doing? What are they doing? Equipping. And there's another land, and I think this one has gotten away from me, if I'm honest. I am really prepared to just concede at this point, I think. I'm going to give it one more draw, I think, because a Niv into a board wipe effect like Finality still can save the day here. But it just depends on what our opponent has. And they're taking their time, so there's Brorian Hammer. That's going to give double strike and +5/+5 to everything. Yeah, that's pretty much game. So, rough one here, but we did at least get some other stuff done. Yeah, we just literally got a draw here. And if we can draw maybe a Niv off the top, we could stabilize and stay in the game. But, of course, judging from the timer, I'm guessing that doesn't happen. It's another land, so good game. Final game with split cards. So, we get the run. And a bit slow, but I think we can work with this. Basically, discovery, selection, response, and struggle are removal. And if we get up to Bring to Light, we get a full reload. Opponent double mulligan, so they're either aggressive combo or looking for an early Thoughtseize or interaction. So based on the colors we have here, I think our better to get the Indafa Triome down first. Basically, the only thing, if we can draw a red or a blue, we could cast, yeah. If we draw an untapped land that's red or white, basically we need a white to cast Response if we do. Fortsies here, I think the correct is Bring to Light. Now, the reason I say that is, it depends. If you have multiple discard spell, okay. The fact they didn't take Bring to Light definitely makes me believe they have another way to force an opponent to discard. Because there's no way you leave a Bring to Light without knowing how much your opponent could draw. Okay, play our third Triome, I think. Yep. And we could fire and bounce the Tenacious Underdog here to buy time. Shakedown Heavy. Okay, so play off fourth land, and then we'll use Struggle to take on the Heavy. If they don't Fortseize this Bring to Light now, we get a reload effect. And they have a Vampire. Oh, they did not have it. Okay. Down to 14. Playing a land. I think we got to go for the reload here. Yeah, I don't think there's any other way out of this. Alright, straight down. Bring to Light. We probably have to slam the Niv into the Rotting Register, if I'm honest, but reload. It's probably our best option. Okay, not great, but Lelia with an Assure Assemble's pretty good. Alright, they fully swing out here. I'm going to block Tenacious and take 8. I'm doing that because Assure is an indestructible cantrip, which I can use next turn. So what I'm going to do is pass back. Sorry, I'm going to... Okay, I think the best option here is, yeah, we're going to have to leave this. See what our opponent goes for. And they move straight to combat. They have no cards in hand. I could have actually bounced. Alright, there's the Tyrants. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Okay. So before combat, I'm going to use Bedeck to kill the Hive, because it has Menace. Then the minute they swing in for the attack, I'll use Assure to put a 1/1 counter on Niv and give him indestructible. Take out the Regisaur. We're down to 5. Alright, play Lelia. Then we'll use Discovery here. Yeah, get rid of those. We want more lands if we can get them. Bring to Light's okay. Pass back and see what our opponent goes for. There's a land. Are they going? Yeah, they're going in. We're going to take it. Ooh, find finality. Alright, so I'm going to Flower. We might be able to kill them here, which is crazy. Play a land. Intervention. I think we kill the Vampire Nighthawk to gain 3 and plot it for next turn. Then we'll cast a Discovery for free. Get some lands. Swing in for 6. I'm not going to fully swing in because of the Tenacious Underdog. I just want to have prepared something in case. Alright, they blitz the Tenacious. Now, I'm not going to block this, and you might think that's a bit risky, but here's the deal. Tenacious Underdog with the blitz sacrifices at the end step. Oh, they had village rights anyway. Okay, my big blame play was stopped. My idea was that I would stop them from drawing until their end step. There's a Fortsies, and they can't stop us really from doing anything, because Bring to Light and Niv both get another Niv reload. Find Finality is pointless. I suppose they take the Bring to Light, yeah, to just stop something coming. Alright, Intervention, hit them down, and they're dead, and we can cast Flourish to give everything +2/+2, and swing in for a lethal attack. Dang, that was nearly a 20 damage swing there. Pretty good. Do I just run it back? I feel like I want to run it back. Let's just check the curve. Like, the curve is so ridiculous on this deck. I think the shuffler just has an aneurysm trying to be like, what are you doing? Okay. Let's run back and see what the opponent has here. Opponents taking their sweet time, which is fair dues. So we can throw the wrap up in this section, I guess. The only thing we didn't do so far is cast Revenge, so I'll see if we cast Revenge here. Well, I don't even know if there is the last game. This might just be them roping for 5 minutes. Which, you know, is weird to me. Oh, no, nope. I take it back. They're actually playing. I recorded this a while ago, so I can't remember exactly. Alright, so play the Triome, pass back to the opponents. There's a Vampire and a Knight of the Ebon Legion. Let's shock it in and use Cut here. We do need some more colored mana if we could. That'd be nice. Opponent plays third land. There's Ashnod's Harvester, so 17. Well, that's not lands, guys. Okay, we can hold up the big deck, at least we can cast that. This was a bit of a greedy keep with only 2 lands. There's a Tenacious Underdog. Okay, let that resolve. There's a Thoughtseize. We're going to just bid deck, take out the Ashnod's Harvester since they can't unearth it right now. Honestly, I have no idea what you take here. They take Lelia, which I suppose is fair. Well, we drew a land finally. A bit late to the party, but we can still make it work. I suppose if we can get up to a fine finality, we could... Oh, there's a Regisaur. Yep. Puts us down to 12. And, yep, we'll play Lelia. Pass, opponent discards a card, draws a Lily, and yep, that's game because they can swing in for 11 and we can't stabilize enough. So let's run it back with this one. They had a very good turn there with mono red aggro. Definitely pulled its weight there. Honestly, though, I would put that one on more of a greedy keep for me. And if I remember correctly, I feel like I have a vague memory of this opponent just roping out because they won this one game, which is so weird. Like, this did not make sense to me because I was like, your deck just proved in a turn 4, a 4-turn sequence, that it could crush this fringe deck I'm playing, so why not just run it back? So we'll do the wrap up here. Let's talk about it. We managed to win a game, win a match, plot cards with Lelia quite a few times actually. That was probably one of the better synergies we had in the deck. We managed to cast Fuse Spells, Aftermath, and split cards. We did not manage to cast Revenge, which is most unfortunate. It looks like we're having to mulligan, our opponent is thinking about it, so I don't know if we can actually get to see any gameplay here. But yeah, no Revenge was cast. This is a fun deck, 100%. It's funny seeing opponents look at your hand with a Thoughtseize and go, what the F are you doing? But is it anything meta here? No, there's nothing meta here. The one thing it can do is maybe discover some fun missing cards. For example, Struggle Survives are pretty good. Maybe in a one-of deck, if you're running into mill a bit, having a way to survive back your deck's pretty relevant. Discovery Dispersal's fun. Revival Revenge is fun. It's basically, there's a reason this deck functions well in Commander, and that's purely because the top end is available in the command zone constantly. Oh, is this game actually finishing? Did I actually like just completely get it wrong? Opponent seems to mulligan and we seem to want to keep... Oh, they just concede. Yep, so wrap it up. That was split cards. how did the deck do? It was really fun. Hope you enjoyed it. I will say this, do not craft this deck. If you have it lying around and want to play it for fun, play it for fun. But yeah, not... probably closer to a Brawl deck than an actual Pioneer deck. But it was a fun experiment.